Oh my god, I'm tired.
Hey, Caleb! Oh, he's not getting in tonight, I guess. Whoa, that made me feel so weird. How did I get in here? Caleb, hey, can you tell me how I got in here?
What's happening, brother?
Huh?
I said, what's happening, brother?
Yeah, I heard you, but can you answer my question? I was just asleep in bed and I just got in here and everything feels really weird. Can you please tell me what's going on?
I said, what's happening, brother?
Dude, step out of it! What the hell?
Or maybe you just need to snap into it, brother. Are you training every day, brother? Are you always eating your vitamins, brother?
Whoa, how does he keep following me? Why can't I get away from him?
Are you always saying your prayers, brother?
Caleb, wake up. I had this terrible nightmare. Can you wake up? You wanna hear it?
Oh, what's the matter, brother?
No.
What is happening, Fig Heads? It is your host of The Fig Show, the charismatic fignatic who's ecstatic to unbox them toys, the world heavyweight champion of a wrestling figure collecting, baby. It's your boy, Caleb Crocker. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have an incredibly special episode of The Fig Show because today, ladies and gentlemen, we are unboxing the brand new Mattel Ultimate NWO Hollywood Hulk Hogan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very big, very dramatic knife. But it's not just dramatic because of its size. No ma'am, no sir. This is the exact knife that Sid Vicious stabbed into Arn Anderson. And you know I wouldn't lie to you. That's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. We got a bada boom, bada bing, and zada zing, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, we'll be able to unbox this beauty. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. I've been waiting so long. This is such an awesome figure. It is the NWO. Oh, one more piece of tape. Jeez, how many pieces of tape are there? Boom. And boom, there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the NWO Hulk Hogan. I'm so freaking ecstatic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a closer look. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get right into it, there was just a couple things I wanted to show you about the box that I thought was really cool. When you open it up on the bottom, it says "Too Sweet." On the top, it says, when you're NWO, you're NWO for life. I think the back of the box looks really good. I think all the Ultimate boxes look super crisp, super clean. I love how they do a real action shot down here and a figure shot up there. I think that's really cool at a height of 6 feet 7 inches tall. My God, the man's a giant. From Venice Beach, from Venice Beach, California, with a finisher of the atomic leg drop, with the career highlight of being the WWE champion many times over. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to check out the actual figure itself. Now, it might seem like I am in a rush from here on out, but there is
so much to get through this figure that it's almost overwhelming. So really, I am just going to try and knock it all out and get through it. So we're going to start with the accessories, and up first, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting with whatever the heck this is called, this very famous feather necklace, whatever you want to call it, that Hulk Hogan was always famous for wearing. Now this thing is really cool. I really dig all the detail that it has in it, all the little ruffles and all the little bits of black, and yeah, it's detailed and painted all the way around. It's super light, it's pretty flexible, it's kind of like a rubbery type material, but it's not a full-on rubber, it's kind of a plasticky rubber. It's hollow on the inside, but I do like that they do have this little neck support here for Hogan, although it does seem to be a little bit off to the right instead of the middle. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. I think it's a very cool accessory, and yeah, I'm glad that they included this. The next accessory, ladies and gentlemen, are the glasses, the white glasses with the black lenses, and yeah, not too much to say about them, but they're super cool and they give Hogan a really awesome look, and I'm glad that they're here. From there, we've got this super awesome bandana or headband or whatever you want to call it that says Hollywood, and I think it looks super good all the way around. I like the logo on the front. I really love and can appreciate the amount of detail in the back. You can really see where they tied it in, and yeah, I think the bandana looks phenomenal. The next accessory I want to check out is a very unique one. It's one that is pretty cool and comes with very few figures, and it's this weight belt. I know Ryback used to get weight belts, but aside from Hogan and Ryback, I'm not sure a lot of figures get these. Of course, maybe Macho Man, Randy Savage, but it's really cool. You just pop it off and on like a normal championship belt there, and it says NWO. I really dig the detailing and around the edges, and yeah, other than that, not really much to say, but I'm really excited to have this, a neat little piece. From there, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about that NWO shirt, and it's very cool. I dig it a lot. Of course, it says NWO, New World Order. The only problem that I have with this shirt is mine is a little messed up with the stitching is coming apart on the left side, and I think they misstitched it or stitched it in the wrong area, because it's very tight on this left shoulder and very loose on this right shoulder. And I don't know if you can see that, but it is coming apart right there. So I am a little bit worried. Yeah, you can see that right there where it's coming apart, and I'm worried about that. But you know what? I may be able to fix this myself with a little bit of needle, well, a little bit of thread. You can't really have a little bit of needle, right? But a little bit of thread and a needle, and hopefully I can fix this right there. But is what it is. Overall, I think the front of the shirt looks absolutely phenomenal. But it's the back of the shirt that is actually my favorite, because check that out. They cut in all the little slices into his shirt. The only problem, again, like I said, the one shoulder's tight, the one shoulder's loose, so that looks goofy from the back. But other than that, the cuts on the shirt look phenomenal. The last feature I have to point out about this shirt is the fact that they put the Velcro down the middle on the front of the shirt, and I think that's totally awesome. So you can have him ripping off his shirt like the Hulkster was known for doing, very famous for doing. And one thing that I think is super cool, we'll talk about the articulation briefly in just a little bit, but they have double jointed arms on the Ultimate figures, and because of those double jointed arms, you're actually able to have Hulkster reach and grab the shirt and have him rip it off, and I think it looks awesome. What? I mean, that is totally cool and totally needs to be done with more figures. That is so awesome. I love it. Of course, this figure comes with an extremely cool weight belt, but it also comes with an even cooler championship belt. And of course, this is the WCW Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship. This is one of my all-time favorite championships. Of course, when I was growing up, it was in the WWE. So I was a huge fan of it. Many greats held this belt. Undertaker, Jeff Hardy, CM Punk, the list goes on and on. But this specifically is the NWO belt from when Hogan spray painted the championship in WCW. So I think it's a super neat piece to have. From there, Hollywood Hulk Hogan comes with 2 pair of interchangeable hands, 1 pair open and perfect for gripping, like we just saw that championship belt and like we saw the t-shirt before it, and really anything. Of course, you see that I have him holding his bandana here, so those are of course necessity hands. You've got to have those open gripping hands. And the Hulkster also comes with a pair of dukes. He can put them up to put you down. A closer look on that right duke, and look, I really dig how the glove kind of sticks out over his arm. That's pretty unique, and yeah, I dig it. The last accessory that Mr. Hogan comes with, ladies and gentlemen, is 3 interchangeable heads. That's right, not 1, not 2, but 3 interchangeable heads. So of course you've got this smiling head scan here, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks like him. I think the beard is, the beard's spot on. He's got a big goofy nose, big bald head. And as you spin them around, I think they did a good job with the hair. I think the hair looks realistic, and I really dig how they painted on a little extra on top of the mold. So that's the first head, the smiling head, and I think it looks great. Hogan also comes with this super sick screaming head, and I absolutely love this head, but I've got a few problems with it. Now, I really love the open mouth and that you can see all this detail on his teeth and the tongue and whatnot, but a few problems that I have with it is the beard paint. The brown kind of came over the blonde where the blonde should be, and I'm not sure if you can see that black speck right there on his nose, but he's got a black speck on his nose, as well as, if I can get it to focus here, all kinds of a black speck right here on his head, some black dirt right there on his head, and some white paint, and I'm really not sure what the deal with any of that is, but super uncool, and I do not dig it at all. But as far as the actual head scan goes, and how he looks and how the likeness compares to the man, I think it looks really good. And you know what, I'm still glad to have the screaming head scan, even if I have to touch it up with a little bit of blonde, which I am nervous about doing because I'll have to find just the right blonde. But I'll also have to clean the top and get that head looking like Mr. Clean, but I'm still happy to have this head. Lastly but not leastly, ladies and gentlemen, we have a serious about the business, no nonsense head. He's not smiling, he's not pouting, he's not screaming. Maybe he's a little cold, maybe he's a little methodical, but either way, he's Hollywood Hulk Hogan, brother. I will point out that while all 3 heads are pretty similar, you may be able to see it that this head looks a little lighter, looks a little different. It looks like this is the base color of how the hair should be, and then they added a different color of blonde paint over it. I'm not sure they did the paint on this one. Also noticed that these were a little harder and stiffer. These 2 heads being the smiling face head as well as the serious head. They were the ones that were both painted and were a little stiffer, whereas this yelling head, the one that was not painted, was kind of a little more rubbery, a little more bendy, as you can see there. And I also noticed that the inside of this head was filled in, but the inside of the other 2 were not. So not sure what the deal with that is, ladies and gentlemen, but that does it for all the heads and also does it for all the accessories. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the only 2 things left to check out with this figure are the articulation and the tights, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll start with the tights. When you're looking front on, not too much to see, but you get the You get the black tights and you can start to see the outlines of the lightning and the blue flames on the boots. But when you start to rotate is when things start to pop out. So we're gonna rotate the inside of the boots. And once you do that, you see all this awesome blue fire everywhere, as well as the New World Order logo with lightning coming down into the fire. That's pretty sick. As you twist the boots inward and do the stanky leg, you see this super awesome cartoon render of Hollywood Hulk Hogan himself, and he's got the glasses and the bandana on, and he's got NWO in front of him. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the coolest pair of boots in wrestling history. It is one of my favorite pair of boots in wrestling history. What? Check these out. The side of the tights are just as cool and pop almost just as much as the boots with the lightning on them. And I absolutely love the lightning on both sides. I think it looks phenomenal. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, as we spin around to the back of the tights, we have Hollywood written just below the waistline and just above the bum. And I think it looks really, really good as Hollywood Hulk Hogan, brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that we have seen all the gear, we have seen all the accessories, the only thing left to talk about this Hulk Hogan is that ultimate articulation. And the best thing I can do right quick is compare it to an Elite. So first thing you're gonna notice is that the shoulders look very different, and we have very different shoulder articulation. We've got the standard ball joint here, which is pretty solid and all. But, oh geez, Hulkster falling over. Hulkster might have had one too many or something. But when you get over here with this other type of, man, I'm really not sure what they call this, you know, because it really is a ball joint right in here. But you've got this double layer working here, and it really allows for a wider range of back and forth movement. We got improved shoulder articulation. The next thing you're going to notice is the ab crunch, and you know what, I don't actually think I like this ab crunch any better. It is what it is, but I do think it looks a little weird, and to me personally, I think that this ab crunch that you see on this Elite Jeff Hardy is not only better and crunches a little more in my opinion, but also just looks better. But it is what it is. This type of ab crunch is what you see with what is supposed to be more high dollar figures with better figures. I know you see it not only with these Ultimate figures, but you also see it with things like the Fig Arts figures and SH Fig Arts, Stone Cold and The Rock and Kane and all those figures. So apparently this is the better ab crunch. The next difference you'll notice, ladies and gentlemen, are the double jointed elbows. And this is one of the high selling points of the figures for me. I think the double jointed elbows are amazing. And you can see Jeff Hardy, he can't really bend his arm all the way back to his head. He can't really touch his head. I couldn't make him, unless I put a different hand on him that had his fingers poking out, I can't get him to touch his head. But you see Hogan with this closed fist, as long as he has these double jointed elbows, I mean, he can punch himself right in the face. So that is the beauty of more articulation, ladies and gentlemen, is better posability. And so I really like these double jointed elbows. From there, ladies and gentlemen, the articulation is pretty much identical as far as the twist is on the waist, the leg joints and the leg balls, the way that those roll around, and the way that they twist on the side. It's the same thing with the Elites. You got the double jointed knees, but the only other difference in articulation, ladies and gentlemen, comes in the toe bend. As you see these Elites, they do not have any toe bend. They're just flat and straight across. Stand up, Jeff. But you can see that the Ultimates, they've got toe bend, and you know what? I don't really use it. I don't really need it. But I guess if you're doing figure photography, maybe that could be something, you know, if you got your boot on somebody's face and the boot is bending a little bit, it makes it look that much better. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for the Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan, up close, up personal. Now it's time to get him into my fig fed and relive some of the greatest moments in his career, including his TNA Immortal run. And you know what? If you don't think that was one of the greatest moments in his career, well, I don't know if we can be friends.
All right, fig heads, that has been the episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to get down there in those comments and let me know what you thought of that super awesome Hulk Hogan figure. Be sure to ring the bell for notifications. Remember that you can email me at figshow97@gmail.com, and we will get one of these beautiful Caleb Crocker exclusive t-shirts right to your door for the small price of 20 bones. Think about it, it's like 4 cups of coffee or whatever that old cliche is. And who needs coffee nowadays anyways? I have trouble sleeping as it is, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, we're only gonna get better from here.